Dear fiery Aries, how are you? I'm shooting this video to talk about what's gonna happen for you in the month of August 2026. It's an important month because eclipses are back. So we have two eclipses this month. One is happening in Leo, your sister sign, and this is a good one. This is a strong one, but a good one. Just we need to release something from our life, but I will tell you what does it mean for you especially. And then this is happening in 12th of August, so the first 3 weeks of the month is more like going around this Leo eclipse. So it's a solar eclipse, it's a new start, and its impact is like around up to 6 months, but more potent in the month of August, of course. And we have the second eclipse on 28th of August. So this is in Pisces, totally different energy. This one is a lunar eclipse. It's more like a closure, a conclusion of something. It's also a very interesting one because it's happening on top of a fixed star called Fomahault, which is a very, very spiritual star. I will talk about that as well. So all the other planetary movements will be around these themes, and like if there's anything special, I will of course mention that special aspect as well. Before we start, I would like to talk about my astrology style very shortly. Very short version. Basically, I do astrology for to help you in your day-to-day life, a practical astrology approach. So you can approach astrology in a very different angle, right? It can be like you can look at your past lives or more psychological aspect. But what I am doing here is more practical day-to-day, how I can make you make the most of the good aspects so then you get the most benefit, and how I can help you to protect yourself for the so-called negative ones as much as possible, so you get ready for both of these scenarios. So if you like this kind of astrology, you might think to subscribe to my channel. So I talk about kind of using astrology as a guide, so help us to navigate through the game called life. Okay, so without further ado, so like what is waiting for you in August? Let's start with the first eclipse. So it is happening in Leo 20 degrees. So all the areas will impact from this eclipse. It's highly positive for you. And it's getting a trine from Saturn from your sign as well. You guys know Saturn entered Aries in March this year. You will tell me like before it was in Pisces, the Pisces cried a lot, but I don't know how you guys are feeling, if Saturn already brings you so much responsibilities and slow you down a bit because you want to go and achieve and go and conquer, and Saturn is like, okay, wait a bit, we need to work slowly on this. So maybe like you might get some frustration related to that. But nevertheless, this year Saturn is not that bad because it gives you the discipline and you can achieve things because the nodes and Jupiter, they're all making good aspects with this Saturn. So I think you will be luckier than the Pisces. So on this eclipse, it's happening in your fifth house. So fifth house is more about your children. If you have children, so you might hear some good news about them. Or it might be some new beginnings in terms of romance, especially if you are single. You might start to date with someone. This person might be a little like a very, very visible person. Like even if for some of you he might be, or he or she might be slightly famous person, or someone, whoever entered the room, like get all the attention. They might have like really nice hair as well, like their hair might be the first feature like come to your eye when they enter the room. So you might start dating with someone, like romance might be on the top. Like starting from this date, you might meet someone might be highly romantic. So there is definitely some firing in that area of your life. If you are working in a creative industry, this is also very creative the new moon solar eclipse. So you might start to work on a creative project. It might be writing a play or writing a book or being on the scene yourself as an actor or actress. So anything like that, or like any hobby, like you don't need to do this to earn money. It is more for you, like make your heart sing. So maybe like you join your local local music group, and then you guys do some music for your like neighborhood or anything like that. So this creative hobby also might be, you might start a new creative hobby around this time as well. The only thing is this is also good for some risky investments, but because Saturn is in your sign, you need to be always like careful, because Saturn wants like seriousness and maturity. So if you do any high risk investments, so really Saturn is telling you, really do your research and just get the calculated risks. You might make some money as well from money during this. Starting from 12th of August, you might get some opportunity like that. But as I said, like, don't take too much risk. Just don't just jump in, because Saturn is in your sign. You need to be always mature and, you know, mindful. And the North Node is in so South Node is in Leo as well, together with this solar eclipse. So it means this solar eclipse is asking you to release something from your life. So this might be, you know, maybe you guys are dating with so many people, and then you meet one person, and then you say, okay, this is my person, but as a sacrifice, as a like release, you need to release all the other people you are seeing, because you want to focus this one person, and that is it. Or one of the person you are dating might ask you to get like more serious in your relationship. So this means you are leaving some of your freedom behind the door. So that is kind of the release, sacrifice you are doing, but it is for good, because Saturn maturing you, and this with this new moon, the areas like romance or your children, so there is some maturity coming, and then you are saying welcome to that. So, you know, the choosing a good thing means you are saying no to other not so good things. So this might be in related to romance, or in your children life. Maybe they are trying to enter a school, and you get an like, this means like maybe like they accepted to like a better school, but it means you need to say bye to your, you know, current school, which you really like the people and it's like a nice environment, but you want to send your children to like a better school, and so that is the thing you need to say goodbye to. So this might happen, but when you do release the other options, you will get a like very good lucky break in here. It's also like house of like self-pleasure, and so you might do anything like you enjoy. You might start, so it might be like going a holiday, and this holiday might be like Leo touch, a little bit luxury, but because the South Node is there, you might feel like, oh, I've been in this place before, even though in this life you never been in that place before. Maybe from your previous lives, like that place, like you know that place. So basically you got this feeling of I feel I know this place. So it's really weird, things might happen like that. So it's very fun. Like whatever happen, whatever you start during this time is more for your personal fun, you know, enjoyment, and, you know, happiness. And then during this time, you also get a basket shape. Like, so I talked about this in last month's horoscopes, but this is like continue this month with the help of Mercury. So Mercury entered Leo, again, your 5th house. It's like conjunction middle of the month with Jupiter. So it means like, yeah, you are literally signing your child to a school, and it's very good for them. Or they might start the university, something like this. Or it might be you are starting a hobby, you are signing a course, signing yourself to a course, or literally you might make kind of getting more serious in a dating relationship. There is an opportunity here. So, but this is an opportunity, but it's kind of like an apple on the tree. You need to go and grasp it and put into your basket. So there's an opportunity, but you need to go and take it. And then who is going to help you to grasp that opportunity? As I said, this might be happening in your romance, fun, hobbies, you know, the risky investments, and you know, the children area. But who is helping you there is like your partner. So like, as I said, you might meet someone, and the whole month Venus is in your 7th house. So this is really good. If you're single, please go out, please meet people, please do dating, please go to online, whatever, but meet people, because the Venus here, like you might meet someone you really like, someone like very balanced, very beautiful, very fair person. So you might start a relationship. If you are in a relationship or married, like your partner, and you have kids, like your partner might be your like kind of helping you a lot with the children. So like whatever that children's story going on, like you might get a very good support from your partner. You might have like also very like a romantic time during this month. And if you have any fights or misunderstandings with your partner, so you might smooth them out this month. So like it's gonna be like very good communication between you and them, and you can sit and like solve all your problems, so your relationship go back to its like a nice sweet romantic state. And you might get some help from your brother or sister, siblings, or like your cousin, so they might be a good support for you as well during this time. Maybe you start a hobby together with one of your cousins or brothers, sisters, and you get some good support from your friends as well. So your friends, like some powerful friends, might help you to get into any of these subjects. So it looks like people around you, your cousins, your siblings, your significant other, and your friends, they might be all helping you basically to do a fresh start on either romance or children or hobbies or like going a holiday. It might be also a great time to go holiday with your partner. That is like kind of dreamy, very nice. You might get a really good time together, and like you might go somewhere really nice, a little luxury, but also like very elegant and very like, you know, the natural, in nature or in the seaside, really nice holiday also is welcoming during this time for you. So this is all good. I think it's a great new moon. I would like you guys to write on the comments, because this one is very positive for the Aries people. I would really like to know like what is the story for you. So hope you get good news from your children or good news from like in the romance area. So I wish you all good luck on that one. Let's go to the second eclipse. This is a little bit on a very, very different area of your chart. It's in your 12th house. So the second eclipse, like there is not much of like outside manifestation for you. It is happening more internal and more on your subconscious. I will keep my schedule light end of the month because it's highly emotional. It's in Pisces and it's a full moon eclipse, and it's happening on a very spiritual star called Fomahault. So Fomahault is like the Middle Eastern people, the Iranians say in the past, it's like one of the 4 royal stars. Also in religion, it's more associated with one of the archangels, and this one is associated with Gabriel, the messenger of the God. And it's in your 12th house. Like 12th house is like where we are in our own subconscious mind, in our own internal world. So I highly suggest end of the month, like little bit like, you know, all this lively Leo energy slightly leaving your energy. So you are like, maybe like it's good to a little bit stay alone, maybe take some time off, a couple of days during 28th of August, like listen yourself a little bit. And it's very good time for praying, doing any spiritual activity, like any religious activity. It's very, very rewarding during this time. You might feel like your relationship, like yours and Sagittarius is similar, so your relationship strength with the God. During this time, because highly also Cancer, during this eclipse they might feel more emotional, and so you might feel your relationship with the God is strengthening. If you have a belief, if you are not religious, like it's also like, you know, being one with the universe, doing any meditations, sleeping more. Like you might need to sleep more during this time. Also you might get like a how they call it, prophet dreams. So you might see something in your dream, you might see a solution of one of your problems during your sleep. So definitely take a notebook with you next to your bed, and like if you see something, before you forget, just write it into your notebook, because you might get like this really interesting deep spiritual dreams. So that might happen as well. It has a square to Uranus, so There is a surprise element there as well from your third house. So it's like a spiritual message, like really like a lightning message, like something like this. Some idea might come to you. If you are doing like international trade with like really far away countries, this might be also, you might be finishing with a client or something like that, that might be on the cards. If you do any work, like you are kind of, you know, behind the scenes, like maybe you are a researcher or in the laboratory or something like that, you work in a hospital, prison, so any kind of jobs, like you are a little bit behind the scenes, like in closed doors. You might get like some closure, so you might decide to change your job or finish a project, so all these things are possible. And as I said, keep your schedule light during this time. You will be more sensitive than normal, and you are more open to divine installment to you, if it makes sense. And the ruler of this eclipse is in your fifth house, and getting an exact trine from the Saturn during this time, so it's in good shape. So whatever this time you spent on your own, it's also giving you some creative ideas, so that you can use it later for something. And then if you get an inspiration during this time, please follow it, because Neptune is in your sign too, so like you are already getting more artistic, more creative, more inspiration might come to you, or you might become more religious or more spiritual, like slowly. This is a slow process, but this month you might really feel it in your bones, and so it's very good to do so. And if you can go to a retreat or a holiday, but this holiday is not for like romance or like, you know, with a partner, more like if you can go somewhere to rest and be away from the hustle and bustle of like daily life, that is the time to do so. And if you were like really tired and like, you know, too much mental and physical engagement in the, you know, recent times during the Leo season, maybe this is a time to like a little bit rest and rejuvenate and like spend time on your own and to process the summer in a way. But yeah, I think that's all I want to tell you. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, write on the comments how the month is going, what the eclipses are bringing to you. If you like my channel, please consider to subscribe, and if you open the bell icon when I put a new video, you will be knowing them first. Thank you very much, dear Aries.